The Justice Department has just days now to present suggested redactions after a federal judge indicated he plans to unseal at least parts of the affidavit used to justify the search of President Trump's Florida home. The government has until next Thursday to ask for those redactions. For more, let's bring in senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky and investigative reporter Katherine Faulders. Thank you both for being here. Katherine, I know you were in the courtroom when the judge made this decision. So what impact could this have on the investigation?
Well, look, it doesn't seem like it's going to have an immediate impact. This is going to be a weeks-long, potentially months-long process. Though lawyers for DOJ, when the judge was talking about potentially them submitting their redactions, they indicated that this could be a lengthy process, could take away from some of the investigative elements that they are pursuing. But look, we're unlikely to see anything soon on this. DOJ will submit the redactions. The judge will review them. Remember, this judge has read this affidavit multiple times. It was described as lengthy and in depth. So they'll have a discussion about what DOJ thinks needs to be redacted, and then they'll go from there. And look, DOJ is likely to appeal any ruling by the judge if the judge rules that the portions of this be unsealed. So again, we're looking at a long, drawn-out process here, potentially, with the unlikelihood of seeing anything substantive on this soon.
Now, Aaron, former President Trump has said he wants the full affidavit released, unredacted. So why aren't his lawyers in court asking for that?
They may not think it's a good idea, Diane. They may think that if the affidavit ultimately is released, it would cast an even greater suspicion on their client because it would give sort of the underlying reasons why the FBI believed it had to go in and search the former president's estate. It would talk about the suspicions of the crime. It would also perhaps talk about their reasons for understanding why there was classified material in the first place when a lawyer for the former president said there wasn't any more at Mar-a-Lago. So they may know that there's damaging information there, or at least suspect there's damaging information there to the former president. There may be one other reason too, Diane, and that is to contain some of the impulses of the former president. What would happen if all the names of cooperating witnesses, say, were suddenly available to the public? We've already seen what's happened with FBI agents involved in the search, their home addresses and family members being exposed publicly. Other witnesses could then be put at risk, and that would then be perhaps on Trump and not the Justice Department.
Now, Katherine, during the hearing yesterday, a DOJ official said one reason to keep the affidavit sealed is the threat of possible obstruction and interference in the investigation, and said that in this case, that's not just theoretical because the court already found probable cause that there was a violation of one of the obstruction statutes. So what do you make of that?
Right. Look, that's significant coming from Jay Bratt, the head of the Counterintel Division at DOJ, essentially discussing the severity and the impact of what releasing such a thing would have on their investigation. He mentioned obstruction. He mentioned the threat to potential witnesses. And it was interesting, Diane, because he said that some of these witnesses who they've spoken to, they know very specific things. So even if you redacted their identity, for example, it's possible that you could know who the specific person was just based on the very specific information in that affidavit.
Now, Aaron, midterm elections around the corner are the focus of so many campaigns right now. So what are the political implications of all of this? Does this hurt or help Trump's influence within the Republican Party?
Oh, man, I'll leave it to many others, but we know the investigations have already led some in the Republican Party, think Liz Cheney, to say that there is no way that former President Trump is fit to hold elective office again. And so she, for one, is working to see to it that he is not able to either run or that you know, he's so tainted that voters believe he can't be elected again. So I think from within his own party, he is facing some resistance given the swirl of accusations. But we've also seen in the past that his instincts usually aren't wrong when it comes to public perceptions, and his supporters are loyal to the end. So nothing that is being alleged or even suspected really seems to hurt him politically, at least with his own core of supporters.
All right, Katherine Faulders, Aaron Katersky, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.